Tonight, we enter one of the strangest and most powerful accounts in Scripture, the account of Jonah and the great fish.
Most people know it as Jonah and the whale.
They do, but the biblical text says a great fish, and that wording matters.
Why does it matter?
Because the text is not asking us to imagine a cartoon whale with a clean, empty chamber inside it.
It is asking us to look at a real crisis, a real storm, real cargo thrown into the sea, a real prophet thrown after it, and a real creature appointed by God.
Exactly. And once we slow down, the story becomes much more serious.
You see the story as spiritual and scientific at the same time.
I do, because God is the creator of nature. And when God acts in the created world, He acts through real conditions, real timing, real bodies, real water, real biology, and real physical mechanisms.
So the miracle is not less powerful because there are physical elements involved.
Correct. The physical elements show the architecture of the miracle.
Architecture is a good word.
The miracle has structure.
It is not random.
Nothing in Jonah is random.
The storm is not random.
The sailors are not random.
The cargo thrown overboard is not random.
The sea is not random.
The great fish is not random.
The 3 days are not random.
The vomiting onto dry land is not random.
Every piece is being conducted by God.
Like an orchestra.
Yes, God is conducting nature like the conductor of an orchestra.
The storm is an instrument.
The sea is an instrument.
The sailors are instruments.
The cargo is an instrument.
The fish is an instrument.
The fast is an instrument.
The darkness is an instrument.
Jonah's own body is an instrument.
And God is conducting all of it.
Exactly, and the whole orchestra is playing one movement of mercy.
That is different from how people usually tell this story.
Most people tell it as a punishment story or a survival story.
You see it as a restoration story.
Yes, Jonah is not simply being punished.
He is being restored.
He is being enclosed by mercy.
Enclosed by mercy inside the fish.
Yes, and that enclosure becomes what I call the spiritual greenhouse effect.
Explain that phrase.
A greenhouse is an enclosed environment where growth happens under concentrated conditions.
It is protected, but it is also intense.
Exactly. And Jonah's fish is a living greenhouse beneath the sea.
Not a comfortable greenhouse.
No, it is dark, wet, terrifying, confined, and severe.
But it is still a greenhouse.
It is still a place of cultivation.
Cultivation, not destruction.
Correct, because God is not destroying Jonah.
God is breaking Jonah open.
Like soil.
Broken, so it can become fertile.
Exactly. Jonah's hardened resistance is being broken so the seed of obedience can take root.
Jonah already had the word of the Lord.
Yes, the seed was already given.
The word was to go to Nineveh.
But Jonah ran in the opposite direction.
So the problem was not lack of information.
No, Jonah heard clearly.
His problem was resistance.
His problem was rebellion against mercy.
Against mercy.
Yes, because Jonah did not want Nineveh to receive the mercy of God.
So he ran.
He ran from the assignment, but beneath that, he ran from the heart of God.
Then the storm comes.
The storm is the first instrument in the orchestra.
The wind rises.
The sea becomes violent.
The ship is threatened.
The sailors panic.
And then they throw cargo overboard.
That is one of the most important details in the whole account.
Before Jonah goes overboard, the cargo goes overboard.
Exactly.
The sailors cast things into the sea to lighten the ship.
That means the water around the ship is already filled with discarded material before Jonah enters it.
So Jonah does not enter empty water.
No, he enters a storm-tossed field of cargo, fragments, floating material, ropes, containers, pieces of ship equipment, and trapped air.
That changes the physical scene.
It changes everything.
Because when the great fish swallows Jonah, it is not swallowing him in a clean, empty ocean.
Correct. It is swallowing from a chaotic field already seeded with the physical materials of survival.
Seeded is a strong word.
It is the right word.
The sailors think they are throwing away useless weight.
But God is placing material into the sea before Jonah enters it.
The cargo is part of the orchestra.
Yes, the cargo enters the movement before Jonah does.
That means the things thrown away become part of the narrow survival corridor.
Exactly.
Define that.
The narrow survival corridor is the specific set of physical conditions God uses to preserve Jonah inside the great fish.
This is where science comes in.
Yes, because ordinary survival inside an ordinary digestive environment does not explain Jonah.
So you are not saying this is ordinary biology.
No, this is appointed biology.
Biology under divine direction.
Correct. Nature under the command of God.
And the scientific question becomes, what physical elements are required?
Exactly.
What are those elements?
A creature large enough to swallow Jonah.
A swallowed mass large enough to include debris.
Trapped air.
Physical shielding from digestive fluids.
Reduced movement.
Limited oxygen consumption.
Delayed digestive destruction.
Controlled timing.
And release onto land at the right moment.
All of those elements are present in the story's sequence.
Yes, and that is the point.
The text gives us storm, cargo, sea, Jonah, fish, 3 days, prayer, and release.
The elements are all there.
The cargo detail is especially important.
It is critical.
because the cargo is already floating around before Jonah is thrown in.
Exactly.
Then Jonah enters the same water.
Yes.
Then the great fish swallows him.
And the fish takes in Jonah along with the surrounding material God has already placed in the water.
So the cargo becomes the frame.
The cargo becomes scaffolding.
The cargo becomes part of the air pocket model.
Exactly.
The cargo traps air.
The debris creates spacing.
The material shields Jonah.
The swallowed mass delays normal digestion.
The fish becomes the outer chamber.
The cargo becomes the internal framework.
The trapped air becomes the atmosphere.
The darkness becomes the covering.
The fast becomes the climate.
The mercy of God becomes the light.
That is the spiritual greenhouse effect.
Yes, that is the complete model.
God is not improvising.
No, God is conducting.
The sailors throw cargo overboard because they are afraid.
God uses their fear as preparation.
The cargo enters the water first.
God uses that timing.
Jonah enters the water second.
God brings him into the prepared field.
The fish enters the scene.
God commands the living vessel.
The fish swallows the mass.
God forms the chamber.
The fast begins.
God begins the internal transformation.
Jonah prays.
God receives the turn.
The fish vomits him onto land.
God releases the restored prophet.
That is orchestration.
Exactly.
Let us talk about the animal itself.
The text says, great fish.
So we do not have to force a modern cartoon whale into the story.
Correct.
A baleen whale is not the strongest biological candidate.
No, because baleen whales have enormous mouths but narrow swallowing passages.
They are made to filter small prey.
Exactly. They are not designed to swallow a grown man whole.
So the common humpback image is weak.
Scientifically weak.
What is stronger?
A large-toothed marine creature is the stronger biological comparison.
Like a sperm whale.
Yes, a sperm whale type model is stronger because sperm whales take large prey into their digestive tract.
But even that does not make Jonah's survival ordinary.
No, ordinary digestion kills him.
So this requires divine appointment.
Exactly.
The fish is not acting as random wildlife.
The fish is an appointed instrument.
It is part of the orchestra.
Yes, and God conducts it.
The fish does not need to understand Jonah's mission.
Correct. The fish obeys through its nature.
The creature plays its part because God directs nature.
Exactly.
So science tells us the biological constraints.
Theology tells us who arranged those constraints.
That is a clean distinction.
It is important.
The science does not erase the miracle.
The science reveals the narrowness of the corridor God opened.
Let us go through the corridor one part at a time.
First, Jonah needs a creature large enough to receive him.
The great fish supplies that.
Second, Jonah needs breathable air.
The cargo and debris supply the air pocket structure.
Third, Jonah needs shielding from destructive digestion.
The swallowed materials supply spacing and protection.
Fourth, Jonah needs reduced motion.
The confinement forces stillness.
Fifth, Jonah needs limited oxygen demand.
Fasting, exhaustion, and immobility reduce demand.
Sixth, Jonah needs timing.
God supplies the timing.
Seventh, Jonah needs release.
The fish's regurgitation supplies the release.
And God directs all of it.
Like an orchestra.
Like an orchestra.
Let us talk about oxygen.
Oxygen is the first hard boundary.
Jonah cannot survive 3 days without breathable air.
Correct.
A stomach is not a normal room.
No, and that is why the air pocket model matters.
The air pocket comes from the materials already thrown into the sea.
Exactly.
The sailors throw cargo overboard before Jonah.
That cargo traps air.
It floats.
It breaks apart.
It creates cavities.
It mixes with seawater and storm turbulence.
Then Jonah is thrown into the same water.
And the appointed fish swallows the prepared mass.
The air pocket is not an afterthought.
It is part of the sequence God has already conducted.
That means the survival corridor begins before Jonah is swallowed.
Exactly.
It begins when the sailors throw cargo into the sea.
Yes, the chamber begins forming before the chamber is inside the fish.
That is a remarkable idea.
It shows the precision of Providence.
God prepares the material before Jonah reaches the water.
Correct.
The rescue is being assembled before Jonah understands he needs it.
That is mercy.
Mercy ahead of awareness.
Mercy ahead of prayer.
Mercy ahead of surrender.
Exactly.
Let us talk about carbon dioxide.
Every breath consumes oxygen and releases carbon dioxide.
In a sealed space, oxygen drops and carbon dioxide rises.
Correct.
That is deadly.
It is. So the air pocket has to be large enough and the timing has to be precise.
Jonah also has to become still.
Yes, stillness preserves oxygen.
Panic burns oxygen.
Movement burns oxygen.
Struggle burns oxygen.
The chamber removes all of that.
Jonah cannot run.
He cannot swim.
He cannot climb.
He cannot fight the fish.
He cannot waste energy.
His physical helplessness becomes part of his preservation.
That is paradoxical.
It is the greenhouse effect.
The confinement that breaks him also preserves him.
Yes.
The limitation saves oxygen.
And spiritually, the limitation saves attention.
His body becomes still.
His soul is forced to become still.
That is where sensitivity begins.
Exactly.
Let us talk about digestive fluids.
Jonah cannot survive 3 days fully exposed to digestive acid and enzymes.
So, shielding is necessary.
Correct.
The swallowed cargo provides the shielding.
Yes, the same material thrown overboard becomes the rough insulation around him.
Wood, rope, fabric, containers, and ship material create space.
They create barriers.
They interrupt normal digestion.
They turn a digestive chamber into a temporary survival chamber.
Again, the cargo matters.
The cargo is essential.
Without the cargo, the model is weaker.
With the cargo, the elements are physically present.
The biblical text places the materials in the water first.
Exactly.
Then Jonah is placed among them.
Yes.
Then the fish takes them in.
The sequence is deliberate.
That is the conductor's timing.
Correct.
Let us talk about pressure.
Pressure is another scientific issue.
A deep diving creature creates pressure changes.
Yes, and air compresses under pressure.
So the air pocket has to be preserved within survivable limits.
Correct.
The creature is appointed, so its behavior is part of the orchestration.
Exactly.
God directs the fish's path.
God directs the fish's depth.
God directs the timing.
God directs the release.
So pressure is not ignored.
No, pressure is part of the corridor God governs.
The fish does not simply wander.
No, the fish carries a prophet under divine command.
Let us talk about warmth.
The open sea is deadly.
Jonah can drown.
Jonah can become exhausted.
Jonah can lose body heat.
Jonah can be crushed by waves.
The fish changes the danger.
Yes, the fish removes him from the open sea.
But puts him into a different danger.
Correct.
The fish is dangerous, but it is also protective.
That is the paradox of the living greenhouse.
The creature's body provides enclosure.
It provides warmth.
It provides transport.
It provides concealment from the sea.
But it also creates pressure, darkness, and biological danger.
Exactly.
Severe mercy.
Severe mercy is the right phrase.
God's mercy does not always feel gentle while it is restoring a man.
No, but its aim is restoration.
Jonah is being restored to purpose.
Yes,
Let us talk about the 3 days.
the 3 days are not random.
3-day fasting is a biblical pattern.
Yes, 3 days often mark crisis, surrender, and transition.
Esther calls for a 3-day fast.
Saul of Tarsus spends 3 days blind and without food or drink.
Jesus later speaks of the sign of Jonah.
So Jonah's 3 days are part of a biblical rhythm,
Not just a duration,
a rhythm.
a spiritual time signature.
Exactly.
Day 1 is shock.
Day 2 is depletion.
Day 3 is surrender.
Then release.
That sounds both spiritual and physiological.
It is both.
What happens physically in a fast?
The body first uses available glucose.
Then stored glycogen.
Then it shifts towards stored fat and ketone production.
That changes how the body and mind experience scarcity.
Yes, and by the 3rd day, a person experiences a real threshold.
Hunger is still present.
Weakness is present.
Thirst is present.
But the mind has changed.
The body has changed.
The inner world has become louder.
So Jonah's fast is not just symbolic.
No, it is physiological.
His body is being emptied.
His nervous system is being stripped of normal input.
His external world is gone.
His inner world is exposed.
That makes him sensitive to the spirit.
Yes, because the noise of appetite, movement, argument, and escape is gone.
God is not only transporting Jonah,
God is creating the exact conditions for Jonah to become spiritually sensitive again.
no hesitation.
None.
That is what God is doing.
Yes, God is restoring Jonah through a 3-day fast inside a living chamber.
The fish moves his body.
The fast moves his soul.
The cargo preserves the corridor.
The darkness focuses the mind.
The confinement breaks the resistance.
The mercy of God conducts it all.
Let us break down day 1.
Day 1 is terror.
Jonah has been exposed.
The sailors have discovered the cause of the storm.
Jonah confesses.
He tells them to throw him into the sea.
But before that, the cargo is already overboard.
Yes, the survival materials are already in the water.
Then Jonah is cast in.
The sea receives him.
The great fish receives him.
The swallowed debris receives him into a crude internal structure.
The chamber forms.
The greenhouse closes.
Day 1 begins.
Jonah's body enters shock.
His heart races.
His breathing becomes urgent.
His mind searches for escape.
But there is none.
The ship is gone.
The sky is gone.
The sailors are gone.
The horizon is gone.
Tarshish is gone.
Only God remains.
Day 1 breaks the illusion of control.
Yes.
Let us move to day 2.
Day 2 is depletion.
His body is exhausted.
Hunger deepens.
Thirst grows.
Panic burns out.
Stillness takes over.
The darkness becomes total.
Time becomes strange.
The mind turns inward.
Jonah remembers the word of the Lord.
He remembers Nineveh.
He remembers his flight.
He remembers going down into the ship.
He remembers sleeping while the sailors feared death.
He remembers confessing that he serves the God who made the sea and dry land.
That confession must strike him deeply inside the fish.
Absolutely.
The God who made the sea now holds him inside the sea.
And the God who made dry land is preparing to return him to dry land.
Day 2 is reckoning.
Yes, excuses collapse.
He cannot blame the storm.
He cannot blame the sailors.
He cannot blame Nineveh.
He cannot blame distance.
He has to face Jonah.
That is the inner chamber.
Day 2 is where the greenhouse begins to grow prayer.
Correct.
Let us move to day 3.
Day 3 is threshold.
The fast has changed his body.
The darkness has changed his mind.
The confinement has changed his will.
The mercy has preserved his life.
The cargo-framed chamber has maintained the survival corridor.
And his resistance has cracked.
This is the point of surrender.
Yes.
Not surrender to death.
Surrender to God.
Not destruction.
Realignment.
He prays.
Prayer is the first fruit of the greenhouse.
Before he obeys outwardly, he turns inwardly.
Exactly.
His body is still inside the fish.
But his soul has turned toward God.
That is the reversal.
Yes, prayer begins the upward movement.
Let us talk about sensory deprivation.
Jonah is cut off from normal sensory life.
No sunlight.
No stars.
No faces.
No horizon.
No ordinary sound.
No normal movement.
No normal sense of time.
The brain loses its usual anchors.
That can intensify inward awareness.
Yes.
Memory becomes sharper.
Conscience becomes louder.
Fear becomes concentrated.
Prayer becomes possible.
This is where science supports the spiritual reading.
Exactly.
Jonah's physical environment makes spiritual sensitivity unavoidable.
The chamber removes every competing voice.
The only voice left is the one he fled.
The word of the Lord.
The command to go to Nineveh.
The mercy he resisted.
Let us talk about the sound inside the fish.
It is not silent in the ordinary sense.
There are internal sounds.
Muscle movement.
Fluid movement.
Deep vibration.
Muffled pressure.
The sound of a living creature around him.
But it is silent of human life.
Correct.
No conversation.
No marketplace.
No ship commands.
No distractions.
no audience.
No performance.
Jonah cannot perform being a prophet.
He has to become one again.
That is powerful.
The greenhouse strips the role down to the soul.
The title means nothing in the fish.
Only obedience matters.
The office is stripped away.
The calling remains.
That is the spiritual greenhouse effect.
Yes,
Let us talk about smell and touch.
the smell is overwhelming.
Salt water,
Digestive fluid.
organic heat,
Wet cargo.
decaying prey.
Fear.
He is surrounded by pressure and darkness.
His senses are rearranged.
Sight disappears.
Touch dominates.
Smell dominates.
Sound dominates.
Breath dominates.
That kind of environment changes consciousness.
And the 3-day fast intensifies it.
Exactly.
The body becomes weaker.
The inner awareness becomes sharper.
The ego loses strength.
The conscience gains volume.
The will softens.
The prayer rises.
That is the process.
Yes,
Let us talk about the cargo spiritually.
the cargo is fascinating because men throw it away to survive.
The sailors cast it off as dead weight.
But God uses what they throw away.
The discarded thing becomes useful.
The wasted thing becomes scaffolding.
The thing thrown into chaos becomes part of order.
Exactly.
That is providence.
Providence does not require the sailors to understand what they are doing.
They are acting in fear.
God is acting in mercy.
They are lightening the ship.
God is preparing the sea.
They are throwing cargo away.
God is placing survival material around Jonah before Jonah arrives.
The orchestra is already playing.
Yes,
The conductor brings in the cargo before Jonah hits the water.
exactly.
That means the physical elements of the miracle are present before the central crisis.
Correct.
The rescue is prepared before the prophet understands the rescue.
That is how mercy works.
Mercy arrives ahead of repentance.
Yes,
The cargo is mercy ahead of prayer.
exactly.
The fish is mercy at the moment of death.
The fast is mercy inside enclosure.
The vomiting is mercy at completion.
It is all mercy.
Severe mercy.
Conducted mercy.
Let us talk about the release.
The fish vomits Jonah onto dry land.
That is crude.
It is intentionally undignified.
Jonah does not step out like a hero.
No, he is expelled,
Delivered, but humbled.
preserved, but stripped of pride.
He cannot say he navigated back.
He cannot say he swam back.
He cannot say he survived by skill.
He can only say, "Deliverance belongs to the Lord."
That is the point.
Yes.
Biologically, the fish expels a foreign mass.
The swallowed cargo, debris, trapped air, and Jonah are not normal prey.
The body rejects what it cannot digest.
And God uses that rejection as delivery.
The mechanical act becomes a merciful act.
Exactly.
Nature and mercy align.
Yes, because God is conducting nature.
The fish does what its body does.
And God directs when and where it happens.
The vomiting is not random.
No, it is the final note of the greenhouse movement.
The chamber has finished its purpose.
The fruit is ripe.
The fast is complete.
The prophet is released.
The shore receives him.
And Nineveh waits.
So the shore is not the ending.
The shore is the beginning of restored obedience.
The greenhouse opens into the field.
Exactly.
A plant cannot remain in a greenhouse forever.
It must be carried into the field.
Jonah cannot remain in the fish.
He must walk toward Nineveh.
The chamber prepares him for the road.
The darkness prepares him for proclamation.
The fast prepares him for sensitivity.
The brokenness prepares him for obedience.
Let us talk about Jonah and mercy.
Jonah resists mercy toward Nineveh.
Then he receives mercy in the deep.
That is the irony of the book.
He does not want God to spare the guilty.
Then God spares him.
He does not want compassion extended.
Then compassion encloses him.
He does not want Nineveh restored.
Then God restores him first.
The fish becomes a lesson in mercy.
More than a lesson.
What is it?
It is embodied theology.
Jonah experiences in his body the mercy he resents in doctrine.
Exactly.
His lungs learn mercy.
His hunger learns mercy.
His skin learns mercy.
His fear learns mercy.
His helplessness learns mercy.
Then he has to carry that mercy toward Nineveh.
So Jonah becomes the sermon before he preaches the sermon.
Correct.
The messenger is formed inside the message.
That is the greenhouse.
Let us talk about the whole book of Jonah using nature.
Nature is constantly involved.
The wind,
The sea,
the fish,
the plant,
the worm.
the scorching wind,
Creation keeps appearing.
and creation keeps obeying.
Jonah is the one struggling to obey.
Exactly.
The storm obeys.
The fish obeys.
The plant obeys.
The worm obeys.
The wind obeys.
The prophet resists.
That is almost ironic.
It is deeply ironic.
Creation becomes a prophet to the prophet.
Yes.
The storm preaches.
The sea preaches.
The cargo preaches.
The fish preaches.
The plant preaches.
The worm preaches.
The wind preaches.
And Jonah is forced to listen.
Nature is the orchestra.
God is the conductor.
Jonah is the instrument being retuned.
Exactly.
Retuned is a scientific and musical word.
And it fits.
Jonah is still a prophet.
But he is out of tune.
His calling is real.
But his will is distorted.
God retunes him through the storm, sea, cargo, fish, fast, darkness, and release.
Yes, every instrument contributes to the tuning.
The storm stops him.
The sea humbles him.
The cargo preserves him.
The fish encloses him.
The fast sensitizes him.
The darkness focuses him.
The prayer realigns him.
The shore releases him.
That sequence is beautiful.
It is the score of mercy.
Let us talk directly to skeptical listeners.
Good.
Someone listening says, a man cannot live inside a whale.
Under ordinary conditions, that is correct.
But this is not ordinary.
Correct. This is divine appointment, operating through physical conditions.
So science is not being ignored.
No, science gives us the constraints.
Oxygen is required.
The cargo-framed air pocket supplies the corridor.
Digestive protection is required.
The swallow debris supplies shielding.
Reduced movement is required.
Confinement supplies stillness.
Limited metabolic demand is required.
Fasting and exhaustion reduce demand.
Timed release is required.
God directs the fish to release Jonah onto land.
So the miracle is not a vague magic trick.
No, it is a precise arrangement of physical realities under divine command.
The cargo thrown overboard proves that the physical materials were present.
Exactly.
The elements of the narrow survival corridor are in the text.
Yes.
Cargo first.
Jonah second.
Fish third.
Chamber fourth.
Fast fifth.
Prayer sixth.
Release seventh.
That is the sequence.
And God conducts the sequence.
Absolutely.
Let us talk about the phrase, God prepared the fish.
That phrase is everything.
Prepared means this creature is not accidental.
Correct.
It is assigned.
It is appointed.
It is directed.
It is part of the orchestra.
The fish has a role.
The role is to swallow, preserve, transport, and release.
Preserve is the key word.
Yes, because the fish does not merely consume Jonah.
It preserves him.
And the preservation happens through the physical corridor God has already assembled.
The fish is the vessel.
The cargo is the frame.
The air is the breath.
The darkness is the retreat.
The fast is the spiritual climate.
The 3 days are the season.
The prayer is the growth.
The release is the harvest.
That is the spiritual greenhouse.
Yes.
Let us talk about Jonah's prayer in detail.
Jonah's prayer shows that his inner direction has changed.
He is still inside the fish.
But spiritually, he has turned upward.
His body has not been released yet.
But his soul has begun to return.
That matters.
It matters because transformation happens before release.
The greenhouse works before the door opens.
Exactly.
Jonah does not get released and then pray.
He prays from inside the chamber.
He is restored inwardly before he is restored outwardly.
Correct.
That is why the 3 days matter.
Yes, the 3 days give the greenhouse time to work.
The fast weakens the flesh.
The silence amplifies conscience.
The darkness removes distraction.
The confinement removes escape.
The danger removes pride.
The mercy preserves hope.
And Jonah prays.
That prayer is the first sprout.
What grows after prayer?
Obedience.
What grows after obedience?
Mission.
What grows after mission?
Nineveh hears the warning.
So the fish is connected to the city.
Absolutely.
The belly of the fish and the streets of Nineveh are connected.
The private chamber forms the public messenger.
Let us talk about descent.
Jonah keeps going down.
Down to Joppa.
Down into the ship.
Down into sleep.
Down into the sea.
Down into the fish.
The story descends step by step.
Like music dropping into deeper notes.
Exactly.
Then prayer starts the upward movement.
Yes, the upward movement begins before Jonah sees daylight.
His body is still low.
But his spirit turns high.
That is profound.
The direction of the soul changes before the direction of the body changes.
So release is not the cause of prayer.
Prayer is the evidence that release is ready.
That is ripening.
Yes.
The fruit ripens in the dark.
Then the greenhouse opens.
The fish vomits him out.
The harvest is delivered unto dry land.
Let us talk about the vomiting as harvest.
Vomiting sounds crude, but it is the perfect ending.
Why?
Because Jonah's deliverance cannot feed his pride.
He does not emerge clean and majestic.
No, he is expelled.
He is alive, but humbled.
That is exactly what he needs.
The release itself teaches him.
Yes, because mercy strips away boasting.
The fish's body rejects the foreign mass.
God uses that rejection as delivery.
The cargo and debris contribute to that foreign mass.
Correct.
So the same material that helps preserve him also helps trigger release.
Exactly.
The cargo assists the whole ark.
It assists the chamber and the exit.
Again, the cargo matters.
It matters from the sea to the belly to the shore.
The sailors thought they threw it away.
God used it all.
Nothing wasted.
Nothing wasted.
That phrase belongs in the podcast.
Nothing is wasted in the orchestra of God.
The storm is not wasted.
The cargo is not wasted.
The fear of the sailors is not wasted.
Jonah's descent is not wasted.
The darkness is not wasted.
The fasting is not wasted.
The vomiting is not wasted.
Every element is conducted toward mercy.
Let us talk about the spiritual meaning of the narrow corridor.
The corridor is narrow because Jonah's path back to purpose is narrow.
He cannot return on his own terms.
Correct.
He cannot arrive proud.
He cannot arrive self-made.
He cannot arrive untouched.
He must arrive as a man rescued by mercy.
The physical corridor mirrors the spiritual corridor.
Yes.
Physically, he survives through a narrow air pocket.
Spiritually, he survives through the narrow mercy of surrender.
Physically, he is enclosed.
Spiritually, he is humbled.
Physically, he cannot move.
Spiritually, he cannot flee.
Physically, the cargo frames the chamber.
Spiritually, the circumstances frame repentance.
Physically, the fish carries him.
Spiritually, God carries his calling.
That is layered.
Scripture is layered.
Let us talk about the ship cargo again from a dramatic perspective.
Picture the sailors in panic.
The storm is raging.
The ship groans.
Waves strike the vessel.
Men cry out to their gods.
They begin throwing cargo into the sea.
Crates, equipment, supplies, ropes, and loose ship material go into the water.
The sea becomes filled with the broken economy of the voyage.
Everything meant to support the journey to Tarshish is now floating in the storm.
That is symbolic.
Very symbolic.
The resources of disobedience are thrown into the sea.
And God turns them into the resources of restoration.
That is powerful.
The cargo from the wrong journey becomes the material of the right correction.
Jonah paid for passage away from God's command.
And the ship's discarded cargo becomes part of the chamber that turns him back.
The wrong road supplies material for the return.
Exactly.
God is conducting even the failed route.
Yes.
Let us talk about human panic and divine order.
Human panic looks chaotic.
The sailors are desperate.
They are throwing things away.
They are trying to survive.
But divine order is inside the chaos.
God uses the panic without being governed by it.
Correct.
The sailors act from fear.
God acts from mercy.
They do not know the future use of the cargo.
God knows.
They do not know Jonah's chamber is being assembled.
God knows.
They do not know the fish is appointed.
God knows.
They do not know the 3-day fast is about to begin.
God knows.
That makes the story precise.
It shows providence operating before understanding.
The person inside the crisis does not see the score.
But the conductor does.
Let us talk about God as conductor again.
A conductor brings different instruments in at different times.
The instruments do not all play the same note.
Correct.
The storm is loud.
The cargo is silent.
The sailors are frantic.
The fish is instinctive.
Jonah is resistant.
The fast is slow.
The darkness is still.
The release is sudden.
Different instruments.
One composition.
The composition is mercy.
Yes.
And Jonah is brought back into harmony.
He is retuned.
Retuned through nature.
Retuned through pressure.
Retuned through fasting.
Retuned through darkness.
Retuned through helplessness.
Retuned through prayer.
That is the restoration.
Yes.
Let us talk about spiritual sensitivity.
Sensitivity to the spirit returns when the competing signals are stripped away.
Jonah had too many competing signals before.
His resentment spoke loudly.
His nationalism spoke loudly.
His fear spoke loudly.
His desire to escape spoke loudly.
His refusal of mercy spoke loudly.
The fish silences those voices.
The fast weakens them.
The darkness removes their distractions.
The confinement denies them action.
The prayer replaces them.
Exactly.
This is not God merely relocating Jonah.
No, God is recalibrating Jonah.
Recalibrating his spirit.
Recalibrating his perception.
Recalibrating his conscience.
Recalibrating his obedience.
And the 3-day fast is central.
Yes, the 3-day fast is the spiritual climate of the greenhouse.
It makes Jonah more sensitive.
It strips down his body so his spirit can hear.
The fish is not just transportation.
It is transformation.
Let us talk about the sign of Jonah.
Jesus refers to the sign of Jonah.
3 days hidden.
3 days in a death-like place.
3 days beyond human control.
Then emergence.
Jonah is a shadow.
Yes, a prophetic pattern.
Descent and return.
Burial and emergence.
Hiddenness and release.
Judgment and mercy.
The 3 days are not filler.
They are the sign.
The timeline itself speaks.
Exactly.
Day 1 says the old path is finished.
Day 2 says the old self is exposed.
Day 3 says surrender has ripened.
Release says the mission resumes.
That is the pattern.
Yes.
Let us talk about the greenhouse image one more time.
The greenhouse is enclosed.
Jonah is enclosed.
The greenhouse has a frame.
The swallowed cargo provides the frame.
The greenhouse has atmosphere.
The air pocket provides the atmosphere.
The greenhouse has heat.
The living creature provides heat.
The greenhouse has pressure.
The confinement provides pressure.
The greenhouse has a growing season.
The 3 days provide the season.
The greenhouse has a seed.
The word of the Lord is the seed.
The greenhouse has fruit.
Jonah's prayer is the first fruit.
The greenhouse has a harvest.
Jonah's release is the harvest.
That is the full picture.
The cargo detail completes the frame.
It does.
Without it, the air pocket theory feels detached.
With it, the text itself shows the materials entering the sea.
The survival corridor is not invented out of nowhere.
It is drawn from the sequence of the account.
The sailors throw material into the water.
Jonah enters that same water.
The fish swallows from that same water.
The chamber forms from those same elements.
God conducts it.
Exactly.
Let us prepare the closing.
Jonah is a man running from mercy.
God sends a storm.
The storm stops the wrong journey.
The sailors throw cargo into the sea.
The cargo becomes the physical preparation.
Jonah is thrown into the sea.
The prophet enters the prepared field.
The great fish swallows him.
The appointed creature becomes the living chamber.
The cargo creates the survival corridor.
The air pocket gives breath.
The debris gives shielding.
The fish gives enclosure.
The fast gives sensitivity.
The darkness gives focus.
The pressure gives brokenness.
The mercy gives preservation.
The prayer gives evidence of transformation.
The vomiting gives release.
The shore gives restored mission.
And God conducts the entire event.
Nothing is wasted.
Nothing.
Not the storm.
Not the sailors.
Not the cargo.
Not the sea.
Not the fish.
Not the darkness. Not the humiliation.
Not the release.
Every element plays in the orchestra of mercy.
That is Jonah and the Great Fish through Garth Magious.
Not a children's tale.
Not a shallow survival story.
Not an ordinary biology lesson.
It is science under Providence.
Nature under command.
Mercy under pressure.
Fasting under darkness.
A prophet under correction.
A calling under restoration.
and God conducting the storm, sea, cargo, fish, body, fast, and release into one complete act of mercy.
Jonah went into the sea as a man fleeing his purpose.
He entered the fish as a man enclosed by mercy.
He spent 3 days in the spiritual greenhouse.
He emerged as a man restored to the road.
The fish did not destroy his calling.
It preserved it.
The darkness did not erase his mission.
It clarified it.
The fast did not merely weaken him.
It made him sensitive.
The cargo did not remain discarded.
It became scaffolding.
The sea did not become his grave.
It became the passage.
The vomiting was not humiliation alone.
It was harvest.
And the shore was not the end.
It was the beginning of obedience.
This is the spiritual greenhouse effect.
A man running from God is enclosed inside mercy until his purpose can live again.
A prophet fleeing the command is carried by creation until he can hear the command again.
A storm becomes a score.
Cargo becomes a frame.
A fish becomes a sanctuary.
A fast becomes a tuning fork.
Darkness becomes a chamber.
Prayer becomes the first green shoot.
Release becomes harvest.
And God is the conductor of it all.
This has been Secrets of the Ancients Revealed with Garth Magious.
Until next time, remember that God can use the storm, the sea, the discarded cargo, and the creature of the deep as instruments in one act of restoration.
And sometimes the thing that swallows a man is the very chamber where God restores his purpose.